April 22nd, 2023, 11:39 PM. An anonymous user has edited the wiki and I, a frequent editor myself, have decided to review this edit. The user in question claimed that the defense of Ice Walkers is 700 rather than 900, which was shown on the page. I wasn't convinced, but was willing to test this hypothesis. 50 minutes later, after grabbing a lot of data, I was successfully able to determine that their defense is in fact 1000, possibly by taking the value from other sources. I don't quite recall. I was however more intrigued about the damage bonus caused by holding a pickaxe, as that's a piece of trivia that is not specified on either wiki at the time. So after comparing many pickaxes together, my conclusion was inconclusive, not being able to pinpoint the specific damage boost from pickaxes. The most infuriating part was when I tried to compare Pioneer's pickaxe with a fist. It was the only result that wasn't close to 155 times damage increase. The result I ended up writing on the wiki page. I wrote about this on Discord and on forums. 6 hours and 26 minutes later, someone responded, saying my math was wrong, because I didn't know how damage in SkyBlock works. I felt defeated, unwilling to complete this task. April 9, 2024 introduced the Glacite update, renaming the mobs from Ice Walkers to Glacite Walkers and changing the damage boost to be based on breaking power rather than simply by holding a pickaxe. On August 17, 2024, 1 minute AM, 4 months after the Glacite update and 16 months after my original conundrum, I have decided to tackle the issue once again. Using Zombie Pickaxe and Promising Pickaxe, two tools with different damage stat but equal breaking power, and considering the 5 base damage you get on every weapon, I was expecting to deal 5 times more damage with Promising Pickaxe, but I wasn't. I was dealing 4.3341 times more damage. I made sure to remove Ring of Love, Gravity Talisman and Reaper Up accessories from my accessory bag, and to avoid using Legion on armor in order to get consistent damage, but I didn't solve this particular problem. Fortunately for me, there are people far brighter than I am, and mere 7 minutes after sharing my newfound conundrum, a person found out that I have 1 more weapon damage than I should have. Of course, the Bluetooth ring increases the weapon damage by 1. 5 plus 20 plus 1 divided by 5 plus 1 equals 4.3334. Yes! I was able to sleep easy that day. Then I forgot. But on August 28th, 2024, 4 minutes AM, I remembered, apart from figuring out the damage bonus from pickaxes, which I was able to conclude is times 150 per breaking power, by comparing damage dealt to them and to treasure hoarders, due to them granting the same bonus strength from bestiary, I was also able to confirm their 1000 defense, which I was previously a bit more skeptic about, because due to how defense works, that leads to the damage reduction of 11 times. Which was quite odd because 10 times is a lot cleaner number, which would be achieved by 900 defense. And because I was able to test that reducing Glacite Walker defense increases the damage dealt with pickaxes, I was also able to determine that pickaxes do not simply ignore their defense, but if they did, they would deal 1650 times more damage than a sword that wouldn't ignore defense. Which is quite crazy to think about. Many times I see people terrified by how little damage they deal to Glacite Walkers, so I decided to test just how little damage you can deal with a wooden pickaxe. I was once again in luck, because Alpha Hypixel network was open and it didn't seem like it would close anytime soon. So I decided to create a new profile and using Centauri get some decent gear and head on to Dwarven Mines to test the capabilities of a wooden pickaxe. To actually get to the island, I used Centauri to grant myself Booster Cookie effect, God Potion, Heart of the Mountain 10, alongside Divine's Drill and Gaussian Mineral to mine extra blocks to get even more XP. I was careful not to kill any mobs to not increase my damage dealt via combat levels, but despite that, by the time I arrived, I had too many unwanted stats. Because I am a gamer, I knew how milk worked. Alright, now. Fantastic. But due to me having Skyblock level 13, I still had 2 strength from Skyblock levels. After briefly considering the capabilities of a Clover Helmet, I decided to try it again, and to overcompensate. Because I wanted to get to Dwarven Mines with as little Skyblock XP as possible. Normal people would spend 10 seconds adding up the XP gain from leveling mining all the way to level 12, but not me. I was a man of practice. And it took several attempts, because there's a lot of ways you can get Skyblock XP on accident. Critical mobs must be careful which NPCs to talk to not accidentally complete a quest, which would grant me Skyblock XP. Can't use Centauri to unlock collections, or Heart of the Mountain, which would to help me unlock fancy items, or to quickly level all of my scraps. Nada. I would keep transferring the same set of dimensional glossy mineral armor and a fractured mithril pickaxe, which at first was reforged to import for extra mining speed so I could insta-mine more easily. I was able to max out items at Centauri for efficiency 10, but then I had to reapply reforges which required mining level on another account, so I had to be careful when claiming my buffs from the toy box. Another problem arose: getting collections. Unlocking our collections on its own isn't a big of a deal, except that it would be funnier if I had known by the time I got to the island, so I had to fill my inventory to the brim. But for some inexplicable reason, I was still getting cobblestone collection. Turns out that if you mine cobblestone with smelting edge, you get collection without picking the blocks. while messing around on alpha, I was still capable of finding a bug. And I couldn't remove smelting that on that account because that would give enchanting XP, which would then give me SkyBlock XP. So I had to do it all over again. Transferring the fractured mithril pickaxe without smelting thatch and armor, and a voted pickaxe and some items to fill my inventory with, so I wouldn't pick any item. Finally, a promising attempt. I had mining 10 and still no SkyBlock XP except the ones from mining level, until... oh no. Rock bed. After mining 2,500 blocks, you get rock bed, and while you didn't get any pet score just by getting it, which would then grant me SkyBlock XP, you still get SkyBlock XP for every tier of rock bed you have unlocked. Oh no. Even with gut potion, bush cookie, 404 dimensional armor and therapy, I was still mining too many blocks for the 22,425 mining XP I needed. I decided to reforge my pickaxe to refined for more mining wisdom, but I couldn't get any more, because actually Blue Abycase or Magic 8 Ball are both accessories, and as such would grant me magic power, which would then grant me SkyBlock XP. Except they wouldn't if I only had them in my inventory, but that's just because I was stupid. Let's ignore it, and even then I had to be more careful not to mine as much cobble as I previously have, because it simply doesn't grant a lot of mining XP, but it still counts as a block mined for the rock bite. I had to mine in gunpowder mines because the concentration of ores there was higher than anywhere else, and ores give much more XP than just cobblestone. And then, finally, mining 12. Some people would consider it a problem having enchanted ores without getting the collection without Bazaar, because nobody sells items on Bazaar on Alpha Network. But that was one thing I was prepared for, by having a stack of enchanted gold on me. And now, finally, the moment of truth. The very least amount of SkyBlock XP you can have on Dwarven Mines is 105, barely enough for a level up and very far from granting any strength. Exactly how weak are Glacite Walkers against pickaxes? It's hypermax, but that doesn't increase its damage, so there's no reason to wait. That was a critical hit, that doesn't count. 272 damage, and we can use this to check the math I've gathered to see if it was correct. And as it would appear so, it was. Now, that's not a very useful bit of information now, is it? In order for this video to actually be useful, I have decided to create a spreadsheet which calculates what is the minimum damage each mining tool can deal to Glacite Walkers. So, unless it's derpy, a promising pickaxe deals enough damage to one-shot them. But if it is derpy, diamond pickaxe will always do job by dealing almost 2000 damage, which in my case is a lot more because I have already gathered some combat levels. And the strongest weapon against them is obviously Gemstone Gauntlet. Even with no enchants whatsoever, it is capable of dealing 50,000 damage. Which is insane. So this will be it for this video. If you liked it, you can leave a comment, leave a like and subscribe. And if you want to see more videos like this one, I have made another video which is made in similar style, although it's much shorter. And if you haven't seen the video that covers the changes on Alpha, for which this session is currently open, you can also see that one.